Zhao Zhenying was born in Tongxian County in North China's Hebei province in 1917. Just 20 years later, he would find his country under siege by Japanese troops. Having just finished high school, he and his classmates decided to enlist in the military and join in efforts to repel the Japanese. On July 23, 1937, he and his classmates took the last train from Beijing to East China's Jiangsu province.
In 1937, there was fighting near the Marco Polo Bridge in Beijing. I took the last train from the Beijing West Station. I remember that there was a white flag on the top of the train. It moved very slowly. When our train reached the Marco Polo Bridge, on the right side of the train, I saw Japanese soldiers watching us with telescopes. They were afraid that Chinese soldiers might be hidden on board. General Song Zhiyuan's troops were just on the left side of the train.
In the 8 years following his departure from Beijing, Zhao fought with the Chinese military in locations across the country, from central China's Hunan province to southwest China's Yunnan and Sichuan provinces. In April 1944, he became a 1st Battalion commander, fighting Japanese forces in India and Burma along with allies from the U.S. Zhao said Japan's surrender in 1945 came suddenly. On August 15th that year, the country declared an unconditional surrender, just as Zhao was preparing to fight Japanese soldiers in Hunan. Zhao was then told that he and his troops would provide security at an upcoming surrender ceremony to be held in East China's city of Nanjing, which was China's capital at that time. He and his soldiers would be the first Chinese troops to return to Nanjing since the city was captured by the Japanese in 1937.
I ordered new riding boots and a pair of breeches when I arrived in Nanjing. For the ceremony, our soldiers received new uniforms.
The ceremony was held in the auditorium of the Nanjing Central Military Academy on September 9, 1945. Zhao said there were multiple flag posts outside flying the national flags of China, the U.S., the UK, France, and the former Soviet Union. Under each pole was a heavily armed soldier. About 400 troops were employed to maintain order at the event.
Out of safety concerns, all the guns were unloaded to prevent accidental discharge, but we had bullets in our cartridge belts.
On the morning of September 9th, He Yingqin, Commander-in-Chief of China's military, entered the auditorium. He was then followed by Yasuji Okamura, commander of Japan's forces in China, as well as 6 other Japanese representatives.
We were ordered to protect He Yingqin. Yasuji Okamura handed over his gun to us on the side of the Central Military Academy auditorium.
Zhao was standing just behind the Japanese representatives when he witnessed the historic moment.
It was a big auditorium. It belonged to the Central Military Academy. 5 Chinese officers were in front, and 10 soldiers stood behind. There were spectators there. My soldiers stood just before them. No one was allowed to walk freely in the auditorium but me. I had to supervise my soldiers to keep them on high alert.
The ceremony was short, lasting just 20 minutes. Zhao said the ceremony was a poignant moment for him and his country.
What do you want to say to Japan's youth? We have a happy life now. War itself cannot solve problems. It arouses enmity between peoples, so the best choice is no war. War causes casualties, which is not a good thing. So I hope that China and Japan can solve their problems in a reasonable way, and not through conflict. What do you want to say to Japan's veterans? We once met on the battlefield, but it was a terrible experience. Japan once invaded China, but what did he get in the end? A peaceful coexistence is a better choice.